Hello everyone, it's Cassie and welcome back to my channel. And today's video is going to be my first ever unhaul video. I have mentioned this in a couple videos, but if you don't already know, I am currently moving. And so with moving, of course, we've got to declutter, and that includes my books. So I've gotten rid of a few. I had went through my books a couple before I went on my trip, and I put them into a drawer. Kind of forgot about what I had in there, and I thought I had a lot more, to be honest. I didn't do a brutal unhaul, but we'll just pretend I was one of those ruthless people that gets rid of a bunch of books, but I was not. So let's just get into the unhaul. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. Both those would mean the absolute world to me. Most of these were getting unhauled because I ran out of room on my bookshelf, and so I was picking ones off that I could get rid of, and that's really where the unhaul started. And then I knew I needed to get rid of some that I didn't want to move with me. So the first book I'm going to unhaul is True Crime Addict by James Renner. I read this quite a while ago. This is about the true crime case of Maura Murray, who disappeared. To my knowledge, I haven't kept up with the case, but they still haven't found out what happened to her. But this also follows the author and him getting wrapped up into this true crime case. It was a really interesting case. I would like to keep up with the case. I don't know why I haven't. And the book was pretty well written, but I'm just never gonna reread it, so that is why I'm getting rid of it. All these books are just gonna be donated. Most of this pile is romance. I like romance, but I don't really ever feel like I have to reread them, so I have to love it to keep it. But I did really like this one, and that is Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. I read this last Christmas time. Follows a girl who has just been through some stuff, and she is looking into this window at a store, and she is kind of criticizing it, and this man walks up and listens to what she's saying or whatever and asks her about it, and turns out he is owns the store. His family owns the store, and so he hires her to fix their windows, and their romance ensues. It's Grumpy Sunshine, where the female is grumpy and the male is sunshine. I thought it was really cute, really fun, easy read. I just don't think I'll ever reread it, and I'm very fine with getting rid of it, so when that happens, I gotta take advantage of it. If you are looking for a winter romance, would recommend checking this one out. Let's do a little bit of a controversial one. I am getting rid of The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I really didn't like this book. It just wasn't for me, was not for me, and I still gave it a 3-star. I was very generous. I just did not like this book. This one is following Lucy Hutton and Joshua Templeman. They hate each other, they work together, they're both the assistants to the CEOs of this publishing company, and they're both up for a promotion, and they decide whoever gets the promotion and whoever doesn't has to quit. Romance, of course. But there was a couple parts that I liked of this, but overall wasn't really a fan. I think both of the characters were, well, especially Lucy, she was annoying, and Joshua was not really what I find attractive in a man. And so he kind of annoyed me at some points as well, less than her, but she was really annoying. And I know this is some people's favorite romance, and that's great for them. It's one of my least favorites. So I still haven't watched the movie, but I would like to get to that eventually. I actually picked this up so I could watch the movie, but didn't make me run to watch the movie. I have The Dating Plan by Sarah Desai. I love this cover, super beautiful. This one's a fake dating between Daisy Patel and Liam Murphy. So they knew each other when they were children, teenagers, and something happened that they had a falling out when they were teenagers, haven't seen each other in a long time, run into each other and start this fake dating thing because Daisy's family wants her to get married, and Liam has inheritance, kind of is dependent on him being married or not. So they decide to get in a fake relationship to convince their families that they're getting married, and benefit them both. I enjoyed this book. I thought it was cute. There was some flaws, but I will never reread it. So, and I again feel totally fine with getting rid of it. So that's what I'm gonna do, and save some shelf space for books that I love. The next book I'm getting rid of is The Beautiful by Renee Audier. I didn't really like this one. This one is a vampire fantasy romance type of thing, mystery. There's some murders, trying to figure out who it is. Well, she's got her secrets from back home. She came to New Orleans to start a new life, but then there's murders and she gets caught up in it. And there's the supernatural world as well, but it's kind of like saying it but not without saying it. I was really disappointed in this book. I had really high hopes for it. I kept putting it off, and I'm like, no, I need to read it because I'm gonna love it. Did not love it. It was okay, but it was quite boring, to be honest, which sucked because, like I said, I was pretty excited for it. It had its moments, and the slow burn and romance was good. That was interesting. That was fun. That was really kind of it. And I know this is people's like favorite in this series. So I may continue the series, but I'm just gonna do audiobooks. If I continue the series, I will just do audiobooks because I don't need this taking up space on my shelves. And like, it's not thick, but it's not this big. So, and then I'd have to buy the other ones. I just think it's smarter to do audio. If I end up loving the rest of the series, then sucks to suck, I guess. The last romance that I'm getting rid of is The X Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon. This one I also enjoyed. It was good. It is about, we have Shay. She works at this radio station. She comes up with this idea of this show where two exes talk about problems, relationship problems, except she doesn't have an ex to do it with, so they put her together with this guy at the radio station that she does not like, Dominic, and they pretend that they dated in order to do this show. Feelings start to develop between the two. I wouldn't say hate to love, but like, or enemies to lovers, but like work rivals to lovers kind of thing. And it was good. She was the girl character was a little annoying as well in this one, but I could get past it. I just don't feel like I need this. I'll never reread it, and that's fine with me. So this next one, I think a lot of people will be like, why are you getting rid of this? And to be honest, this one could end up staying, and that is Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. I have not read this yet. I want to read in theory, but I really have low expectations that I will read this anytime soon. I bought this when it was getting attention from the booktubers that I watch at a certain time. Everyone was reading it, and I was like, oh, I want to read it too. But like, I don't really read sci-fi ever, and that's okay. I don't just have to read it because everyone else is reading it, but there is part of me that wants to read this. So this is one that I'm very conflicted with. The rest I'm like, I can get rid of those. This one I'm kind of conflicted with, especially now, because when I'm moving, I'm keeping books here at my mom's house and taking books to my place just for space reasons. So I don't have all my books on my bookshelf, so I do have space for this. Maybe let me know down below what you think, and I'll listen to you guys. If you guys think I should keep this, I might take forever to edit this. I might just keep it and see what you guys say. I know I'll never read a different Brandon Sanderson. This would be the only one that I would read at this point in my life. I could say never, like I'm never gonna read another one. Who knows in the future? Never say never, Justin Bieber, but very, very highly unlikely that I will pick up a different Brandon Sanderson. So if I'm wondering if I should keep this to try him, say I tried it, whatever, but I don't know. This is a conflicting one. There are a couple potential ones that I'm going to sit on and think about for the next little bit because I'm just having a hard time getting rid of them. So let's talk about those quickly. First one is Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. This is the newest book in the Twilight series. It's Twilight from Edward's perspective, I believe. I want in my heart to read this. Like, I'm like, oh, revisit the classic. And I spent money on this. So I'm having a hard time getting rid of it because of that. But this is another one where it's very, very low on my priority list of my physical TBR, because I would like to get my physical TBR to be a lot smaller, but there are so many books that I will read before this one. So that's where I'm at with this. And like, I don't know that I've heard many people love this anyway, but I read Twilight when I was in like grade 5. And I'm 23 now, so I don't really remember. Like, I remember it, but I don't. There's kind of the nostalgia that it's like, maybe I should read this. It'll make me feel like I'm in grade 5 again. I don't know. I'm just having a hard time getting rid of this. So this is one of my potentials. I don't know. Then another potential, I'll move the camera down, is my Pretty Little Liars series. It goes up to here, and then these ones are also from that author. I'm having a hard time with this one as well because I really, really enjoyed this series. Super good. The TV series, one of my favorite shows. I love that show. Just for those reasons, I want to keep it. But I will probably never, ever, 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 ever reread this book series. And someone else could be enjoying this whole series. I also don't like how much room it takes up on my shelves. I had them stacked before, and either way, they just take up a lot of room because there's like 18 books or something, give or take. I kind of want to get rid of it, but I kind of don't want to get rid of it. And so I'm really struggling here. If I knew someone that wanted the series that I could give it to, or like sell it to, the whole series, I think that would help me. But just donating it and like thinking about it sitting there makes me a little sad. So I'm struggling with it. That's a one that I'm gonna think about probably for longer than the rest of these, because at least I can donate them all at once or sell them all at once since they're a big series. So those are all the books that I am unhauling currently, and some potentials. There are probably a couple more books that I could come to grips with unhauling in the next few months, but right now, no. Stay tuned because there'll probably be another one soon. So if you like this video, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. Both those mean the absolute world to me. I shall see you in my next video. Bye.